Hi everyone, welcome to the Crypto Hub podcast. I'm Shafeeq Qureshi, your host and the founder of the Crypto Hub, where we're building a one-stop platform for cryptos and Web3. As part of our series of exclusive interviews with founders, investors, and key opinion leaders in the space of cryptos and Web3, today I'll be bringing you an interview with Mey Jahani, who is the co-founder and head of Biz-Ops for Akka Finance. Just to let you know, Akka recently featured as one of the 4 projects in the Bybit Crypto Arc and the Crypto Hub, the Blockchain Vanguard event that took place in Dubai on the 6th of September this month. So before we get started, Mey, why don't you tell us about your journey into the space of Web3 and blockchain and how it all started? Because I know that you are a scientist, an ex-scientist, a mathematician. You've actually even represented in some Olympiads, if I'm not mistaken. Why don't we start from there and then, tell us how you got into this space?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Hello to everyone. Besides being a geek person, I'm more into the business in the past 15 years. And I've been working to make startup market ready and investor ready in these years. And during my tenure, I raised more than $5.5 million for their startups for their funds in the earlier stages. And I've been working with a range of startups from fintech, e-health, e-commerce, and now Web3 and DeFi.
Very interesting. So, you were a mathematician, a scientist, and then you kind of moved into business, and you've been building new projects, startups, and also, now you're kind of building the Akka Finance.
Yeah. To make a long story short, by chance, I just entered the business development side. And I just understand that this is for me. And okay. I keep going and developing my own startups, had a few success, one exit, and some failures, and then understand that, okay, where is for me, and I am builder type of person, so I go to build stuff again. And it's been a year that I work with Akka to just develop in Dubai. We are a registered company in DMCC and just moved to the IFC to develop and maybe add some real value and make a significant difference in the space of innovation and DeFi.
Very interesting. So obviously we're in Dubai, and I've moved to Dubai almost it's coming to 3 years now, and a lot of my work is with many entrepreneurs and investors and people who've been moving to Dubai. So this is a very interesting space. Now, before we delve and dig deep into Akka Finance, can you tell us how and when you moved to Dubai, and why did you choose Dubai?
The story back to the 3 years ago. I was searching for going to the US, San Francisco, and then Europe. But I found out there is a big opportunities in Dubai, because since 2017, I've scouting the market of Dubai in terms of technology. And I've seen there's a big opportunities to for being a tech hub in Dubai. So my business is about the tech, and I moved to Dubai.
I think it seems to be the right choice. Obviously, I moved here about the same time 3 years ago, although my connection with Dubai is a lot longer than that. And now we're seeing the government is really facilitating entrepreneurs, and you have the Dubai digital economy, the D33, which is looking at encouraging new entrepreneurs to come here, talent to be coming here. And of course, we have the DIFC Innovation Hub.
Yeah.
Then we have the WARA, which is looking at DWTC WARA, which is looking at the regulations in this space. And then ADGM, which has been working on a lot of those initiatives. So I think we are definitely in the right place when it comes to Dubai being the hub. And, obviously, that's why we decided to have the Crypto Hub here in Dubai. Now, Akka, where did it start and what is it about?
It's about unleashing the power of innovation and get rid of the complexity and the uncertainty of the DeFi space. through bringing all the liquidity and the cash of the market and make it available to other applications like DEXs, like wallets, like central exchange, to give a better user experience to general public. We just gonna empower the mass adoption of the DeFi space and connecting the centralized finance to the decentralized finance.
Thanks. So for our users in the audience, obviously DeFi stands for decentralized finance. I believe if you don't know about it, that is one of the main cores of how this market has been disrupting using blockchain. And obviously you have centralized financial models, which are the existing models, and a lot of that is changing with DeFi. But I believe one of the challenges with DeFi is, access to DeFi liquidity pools, and obviously interoperability has been one of the challenges when it comes to DeFi.
Exactly.
And and if I understand it correctly, Akka Finance is sort of solving some of those aspects when it comes to interoperability, the user experience, and access to liquidity.
So true, so true. The dire need of the users for the mass adoption is scalability and comprehensive solutions to just develop some innovative solutions. We provide a liquidity as a service. We are actually cross-chain liquidity access layer. We're connecting the whole liquidity of the markets from the smart contracts of AAMs, automatic market makers, bridges, and other liquidity sources. And also, we're connecting the real-world tokenized real-world assets to our platforms as a liquidity to give the users efficient way of transferring their assets.
Very interesting. So obviously, I think we have people here who are going to be watching this podcast. Some of them are very technical and they understand DeFi products. For some of them, it's still a new space. But I believe what you're doing is sort of the next level of solving or untangling this space, which is very fragmented, in terms of there is a lot of DeFi protocols, there's a lot of opportunity there for people to jump on in terms of accessing liquidity or basically trading opportunities, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But a lot of that is locked and it's only limited to people who are very technically sound and can understand smart contracts and all.
So true.
If you don't mind, could you start with like a simpler explanation of how that would work?
To give you an analogy to the general public, we are a Swift for Web3.
Okay.
Space. It means that we are an infrastructure to make a transaction efficient, secure, as much as possible. This is the things that we do. And how we can do it, we give the infrastructure to the dApps to access the liquidity. The cash is power.
Yes.
And the liquidity is the movement of cash. When you give this power to every applications and every users to move their assets simply, efficiently, in a seamless manner, so innovation will happen. And you can give this power to other applications to be focused on their innovation. We bridge the gap to bring the infrastructure to them easily and securely and being plug and play for them. This is simple as that. For example, you consider this, you want to pay dirhams or dollars in real world and buy an NFT on Polygon networks. For now, how you can do it? Almost impossible for the general public to do that. You have to find a good ramping solution, finding a bridge, tokens, different tokens, find the liquidity and secure that, and then go to the Polygon and then change your token and buy that NFT. It's very, very simple, very complicated. So we make this seamless by giving the infrastructure and giving the orchestration layer, liquidity and routing orchestrator layers to the other dApps through our API, SDK, and smart contracts to make it happen. Simple as that.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's simple as that, but I believe there's a lot of engineering behind it.
Yeah, exactly. We have our own backend. Yeah, we have in the past year, we developed our own backends.
Yeah.
Our proprietary technology, it is cutting edge. We use a lot of different algorithms, different even now for the next generation of our service, we just involve AI to be more efficient, faster, and make the better user experience.
I know we've been hearing a lot of AI, especially after ChatGPT came out. Everybody sort of jumped on the bandwagon. We had blockchain before that, then blockchain and AI, that would be the perfect combination if you could do something by mixing the two. But also there's a lot of buzz and hype in that.
Sure.
Now, in your case, when you say AI, what is the buzz, what is the hype, and what is besides that you're building using AI?
Let me explain it this way. It becomes a little bit technical, but I try to make some examples. For example, we use AI in two parts of our system. When we want to find out scam and spam tokens, how we can do it? Because we want to give a route from one token to another token through the liquidity pools. And we use as much as possible liquidity of the market and via different tokens. How we can understand this token is a spam or scam or this route is executable. We use LLMs to read the smart contracts of each tokens and understand the behavior of that token. And if it's suspicious, we exclude it.
Interesting. LLMs?
Yeah, large language models.
Oh, interesting.
Actually,
so the algorithms based on that.
Yeah, the large language model that's ChatGPT works based on that. Mm-hmm. We use LLMs, different LLMs, to read the smart contract code because the smart contract code is the language.
Right.
It's another language.
Right, yeah.
We understand it through LLMs, and we understand, okay, this token has a tax. We just, if there is any possibility for rug pull attack, technical people understand it.
Yeah.
And or if the behavior of the token is a little bit suspicious, we exclude it. And we use the token that is more reliable. That's why we can add a different level of security to our service.
Very interesting.
In another perspective, we use the AI for orchestrating the routing and liquidity service. How we can do it? Mm-hmm. When the for our service, we make a splitting. For example, volume splitting and time splitting. For now, you can just handle the small amount of money on the DEXs, the decentralized exchanges. We give this power to the DEXs to handle large orders. For example, more than 5,000 because of the technical things on the AAMs. It's not possible to give you a best rate with less slippage or something like that. We have price impact or something like this. Besides that, it's not efficient, to be simple. We use the AI to go make a big mesh of liquidity and find the best possible route and predict the best possible route for that, and then give it to the users. The DEXs, applications, and other users to make it executable. This is the backend technology that we can actually claim that it is our proprietary technology.
So
our IP.
that's actually a very interesting use case. Of course, one of the bigger challenges, or one of the big challenges in this space is scam tokens or rug pulls that happen. And of course there are ways to find out, but it's very complicated and it can be very technical, and you can't always succeed in identifying it. So you're making sure that your solutions don't get exploited by any of these. So you have a filtering layer which uses AI to ensure that the tokens are vetted before they go on your bridges or your layer where you're bridging the different cross chains and different blockchains.
Exactly.
And the other part is where you're providing a facilitation for the stakeholders in terms of the right pricing for the right liquidity pools that they can access.
Exactly. Even we can provide some services for centralized exchange as well.
So it's not just limited to DEXs and decentralized.
Exactly. We believe that when you want to have the mainstream users, next billion users to the space of the DeFi, you have to make everything simple and seamless. And accessing to the liquidity, fragmented liquidity, is one of the big milestones in this space. And we, as Akka, want to empower those mass adoption.
So, as I understand, you, Akka is already in business. You're generating revenues, you have users or you have business partners that you're already providing the solutions to, you have traction. Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. We handled more than 400,000 transactions on some blockchains, and we are cross-chain, by the way. And we empowered one of the German DEXs, Ice Cream Swap, and based on our transaction and business model, we have the revenue on average on each transaction. We just generate 2 cents of revenue for now.
So that's great. And does that mean you're self-funded or you're still raising money?
We have raised through the Angels and 3F as a pre-seed, 300,000 K.
Okay.
But we are looking for another $2.2 million for rapid growth.
Okay. That brings me to the next question of, obviously, if you're raising funds, then you must have a very solid roadmap to build on in terms of utilization of those funds and what you'd be wanting to do next. So what is the Akka roadmap?
Thank you for asking. We just developed, we have done our homework. We have developed our proprietary technology. First thing first, we built something to not scale, and then built something to scale. And now we are ready to scale. And for the entering the market aggressively, because of the bull market will come soon than expected, hopefully. It's good for everyone. And so we need $2.2 million to go for top 20 EVM chains and have more than $5.2 million in revenue in the next year.
So you're expecting a $5.2 million revenue in the
worst case scenario.
Worst case?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you in details.
So the best case scenario could be better.
Yeah, for sure, because the market right now is less than, I guess $1.3 trillion.
Because we're in the bear market, there's a lot of...
It will go based on the chain links and other expectations, adding the tokenized world, it goes more than $28 trillion.
Wow. So there is a huge potential all the way to the moon.
Yeah, actually we call this, we are on the moon and we want to go to the Mars.
Okay, that's a good ambition to have. Definitely. So we go to the Mars.
Yeah, and hopefully in the next months or so, because we have already launched on Base and other EVM chains, rapid chains, we can reach to 1 million transactions in less than a month.
Okay, so that's for your dApps, or that's for the layer that you have created?
That's for integrating our service with the DEXs, with the wallets, with centralized exchange, and our Mostly we are B2B. We give the infrastructure to other services. We believe that we have to do our own job and give the space and make a better fertile ground for others to have a compound effect.
Okay. Now, going back to, you mentioned that you have raised some money in the past, and then now you're raising in the seed. That was the seed round. Now
Yeah, it is seed round.
Now you're doing a second seed round. And
it was pre-seed and seed.
Oh, so now is the seed round.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And I believe you're not planning to launch any tokens, as I understand. So what? So this is going to be primarily equity in the beginning, or at this stage.
Yeah. Yes. If we find any utility and any benefit for the holders of our tokens and for the users, yeah, we launch it. But for now, we think that still we need to just go bigger and bigger because we already have revenue, we have our own business model. So we don't think that we need token right now. It's not a good time to launch a token.
Yeah, I understand. So obviously you don't want to force a token unless there is a very good use case for the tokens within your ecosystem, and any current fundraising would be done based on the equity that you're providing.
Sure.
And are you looking at specifically? Are you talking to any VCs or angels, or is there a preference of where you want that money to come from?
We just looking for angels mostly, and some companies who are interested in our service to launch and go big. Because for our service, we need an insightful investors and somebody who has the trust. We built trust with some angels, and for the past year, because we just update them through our services, our improvements. So now we're gonna go and raise from them. Actually, we have some soft commitments from big institutes. I cannot say the name, and some angels for about angels from less than 300K, and for that big businesses for more. But we are looking for more sources as well. Why not? Join us.
Thank you. Sounds good. Sounds very exciting. So what is the message that you would like to convey to the audience, specifically the community, to the users? What should they be looking at when it comes to Akka Finance in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year? What should be the expectations from Akka Finance when it comes to your potential users?
The expectations, we have the responsibility to create a better scalable solutions that seamlessly can integrate with the other applications like DEXs, like wallets and centralized exchange. We become plug and play in the next week in terms of adding more liquidity pool. For example, we can easily add all different types of liquidity pools, version 3 different pools, Curve, Balancier, and other bridges pools and liquidity and something like that. And then in the next level, we are plug and play on the API and SDK and smart contracts level. This is the thing that they should expect us, and we should provide a very simple, easy to access liquidity and service composition layer to all.
Thank you very much, Mey. So we've just spoken to Mey Jahani from Akka Finance, which is a cross-chain liquidity access layer for Web3. From what I've understood, this is the engine of many big solutions for DeFi and other protocols that are out there that need solutions for interoperability, for programmability, for the user experience. And even though I didn't understand all the details, and I would love to sit with you and get into the technology of it, which I'm very curious about, but I see the huge potential of what you're doing. And, it's not just like something which is very flimsy as a solution. It's a very big, potentially a very big solution.
Thank
so
you.
I look forward to it. And for our users and community and your potential users, I would request you to go and check akka.finance and get in touch with Mey Jahani if you want to know more about Akka Finance. Mey, it's a pleasure to have you on the Crypto Hub podcast, and I look forward to working with you guys and see how we can collaborate in the future.
Thanks for bearing with me, and hopefully in the next week we have more exciting news about Akka Finance.
Thank you. Keep us updated.
Thank you.